Welcome back, crew, to Boats vs. Haulover. Man and machine take on Mother Nature down here at Haulover Inlet in Miami, Florida, and today should be a fun one. We got about an 18-mile-an-hour offshore wind. You can see the white caps in the background. Gonna be an interesting day as our captains step in the ring and try and do battle with the inlet. And here we go, the first round of our competition, and here in the first round, the boats have decided they're going to go ahead and toss a sea ray in the ring to kick things off, but let's get this competition rolling and see who will be victorious today, and this is not a good start for the boats. I don't know what Cap's thinking here. He's got everybody in the bow. It's a rough day as they're coming through Haulover, and this crew is absolutely getting worked, and everybody is hanging on for dear life as Cap tries to run through the inlet. Now his pace isn't bad. If everybody was in the back, this wouldn't be so terrible, but man, with everybody up front here, it's got to be a rough ride, and especially the people who are sitting off of the rail, they really have nothing to hold on to. As you can see here, they're just kind of getting worked as the vessel tries to work its way out. Now, fortunately in this situation, Captain winds up making it out of the inlet, and everybody kind of appears to be okay. But the bad news in this situation, I guarantee most of those people who are in the bow of that boat are going to be feeling this one for days to come, which means in this situation, I'm going to have to give the win here in the first round to Haulover Inlet. And that's going to give Haulover an early 1-0 edge as we move into the second round of our contest. And here in the second round, the boats are going to toss a Sensation in the ring to try and get on the board. Really not a boat we see a ton down here in South Florida. Another one of those go fast center consoles, but for whatever reason, we see a lot more of the Nortex and the Midnight Expresses. I'm guessing it's because those companies are Florida based, and I believe Sensation's out of Michigan. But here we go, this vessel's making its way toward the inlet. Cap's got the boat just up on plane, letting it roll, doing its thing, and Captain's gonna blast his way right into the inlet and take an easy win for the boat here in the second round. And that's going to bring us to the third round of our competition, and we are now tied at 1 apiece. Here in the third round, the boats have opted to toss a cobia in the ring to see if they can use that to go ahead and try and take the lead over Haulover. And again, we got some bow riders. I don't know what's up with everybody today wanting to get to the bow of the boat, but if you're gonna do it, definitely don't do it this way. I've got to say, this is one of the ways we see people get hurt the most often here at Haulover. They're facing forward, not seated correctly. The next thing we know, they bounce off a big wave and they're either on the deck or they wind up hitting another hard surface on the boat. But let's see how this crew fares as they work their way out. Cap's taking it a little easy, but he needs to. You can see from these images, it is a rough day. And when you've got somebody hanging out up in the bow like this, if you come out with any kind of speed, you're just increasing the chances of something going wrong. So Cap's trying to let the boat do the work on this one, trying to take it as easy as he can, but again, you can see there's some big plops here. This boat is coming over the waves and dropping down hard, and the girls seem to be hanging on. So, oh no! Right there it was. She winds up doing exactly what we said would happen in the beginning of this round. And I'll tell you what, we definitely don't recommend riding in the bow of a boat coming through Haulover, but if you're gonna do it, you need to be seated correctly to do it in the safest manner possible. Even here, it looks like our other girl may wind up going down. They're gonna go up, and she's on the deck as well. And unfortunately for this crew, they're gonna wind up taking a loss here in the third round. And that's gonna give Haulover the 2-1 edge as we move into the fourth round of our contest. But the boats are gonna go big or go home here in the fourth round as they're gonna toss a Nortex in the ring to try and get him back into this contest. And man, this is a big boat. Cap's got this thing barely up on plane. Well, I shouldn't say that. He's moving a little bit, but still, the boat is there and it's just gonna eat up all of this as it works its way out. That's what happens when you put a monster in the ring on Haulover on a day she's not firing 100%, and they're easily gonna take a win here in the fourth round. Now we'll bring us to the fifth and final round of our contest. We are now tied at 2 apiece. Who will take the win in this episode? Will it be the boats or Haulover? It is time to find out, and we're gonna have a Regal stepping in the ring to try and close it out. But it's not gonna be Haulover that's going to wind up giving this crew trouble, as they're going to get overtaken by a massive sport fish right here, and they're going to get caught in its wake, and man, that's going to be a tough one. This is the same as approaching an inlet with a heavy following sea, as that wake, as it catches up to the boat, they're basically going to wind up probably losing control. Let's see how they fare, and right there, it pushes the stern up, bow down, and they lose steering for a few moments. They're trying to cut in behind the wake of the sportfish, but man, it is definitely a close one. But they do wind up losing control, so I'm going to have to give the win to Haulover, and Haulover will take the win in this episode. Thanks for watching, crew. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Boats vs. Haulover. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at the inlets. My channel, Broncos Guru, do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we've got the Miami Boat Ramps channel that features all the hilarity that happens at the boat ramps in South Florida. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.